another edition today. Today's topic is the role of the Burundian government in the genocide against the Banyamurenge, or the killing of the Banyamurenge people of Southern Kivu of the Republic of Congo. We have seen the continued killings of these people every night, every hour. These people are being killed. So I welcome you again on this edition. Before we begin with our topic, I want to greet everybody where you are, whether you are in the United States of America, whether you are in the African continent, whether you are in Europe, whether you are in Australia, whether you are in Asia. I pass my greetings to you all, and I give you a warm that you're going to enjoy our show today. Your presenter, as usual, is Innocent Abumuksha today, seated on the mic, hosting myself today because I didn't have anybody to host me. So we start, first of all, we start by looking at the current Burundian regime, their relationship with these people have the history of being genocide perpetrators before. I'll give you some examples of some of them who have been genociders before they could even dream of being in the government where they are today. Most of them are in the current government of Burundi. In 1994, we had the genocide here in Rwanda, the genocide against the Tutsi. And I can tell you that some of the Burundians were part and parcel, were perpetrators of this genocide against the Tutsi. So among those who were vividly active during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi is the current Republican president of Burundi, Ndayishimiye Evariste, who was a refugee at the time in Rwanda and was living in the southern province, currently in Nyamagabe district, which used to be Gikongoro, more specifically in a place called Nyarushishi, where he committed the genocide against the Tutsi. We also have the current Major General Ntakirutimana Etienne, was also in Rwanda at the time doing the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, and he was specifically in the Ruhango district in the southern province, and he was once a student at Bimana school. It was then Muchingi commune of Gitarama prefecture. This man committed the genocide in Mayaga here in Rwanda, and we also have Ndakurikira, who's he's called Jerive, Zirakobuche Jerive. He was called the Ndakugarika at one point. He was also here. I'm just trying names before I go to our main topic, so that you understand that it's not new for these Burundian officials to commit genocide or to commit atrocities against humanity, as we are seeing these current atrocities in the Banyamurenge community in the southern Kivu, more specifically in Minembwe and Uvira. We are talking about the Banyamurenge of Uvira, the Banyamurenge of Minembwe, who are being killed on a daily basis by Mai, by Wazarendo, by FDR, by the Burundian forces who are currently fighting alongside with the FRDC, the Congolese forces fighting alongside a group of FDR. Today, they are actually marginalizing the Banyamurenge people of Congo. As history repeats itself, we have also seen in the early days of the 90s, after the genocide against the Tutsis, over 200 Banyamurenge were killed in Burundi in a refugee Gatumba. In Gatumba, this is where the Banyamurenge community were living, who had fled also the 1996 war against President Kabila. They went to live in Murenge, in Burundi, to seek refuge, to seek safety, but they killed them. For that reason, the international community said to keep quiet. Specifically now, as we head to our topic for today, is the current law of the Burundian forces who are on the Congolese soil, who are fighting alongside the FDLR, a genocidal group, a terrorist group, who are fighting against M23, a march movement which the people for their rights. And today it has been observed, it has been seen in different platforms, in different media houses. It has been said that the Congolese are being killed. It has been said that the Congolese refugees BANYAMURENGE are actually on a vulnerable where we are able to see this coalition of FARDC, Congolese soldiers, FDLR, genocidal group, Burundian, Wazalendo, and the militias combining together to fight and kill them. But today, I would want to emphasize on something that to understand something about the Burundian people, the Burundian government, with its roots with Uvira. Why are the Burundians so strong in Uvira? Why are the Congolese in Uvira have so much hate? Why do they have the ideology of hate, the ideology of segregation? This is what we will be looking at. Now, let me give you a brief background why these people of Uvira are living like that. In Uvira, we have a lot of tribes, but the three majority tribes that we have in Uvira are the people which we call the Babembe, Abafurero, and Abarega. These are the which are actually in that part of that country. We also have a Burundian a chief who once moved to Uvira and lived there, and this chief was actually the man who spearheaded, or the man who taught the Congolese the hate. He was called Ndabagoye. Chief Ndabagoye moved from Burundi to Uvira in 1972, and he moved with the Hutu spirit which he got from Burundi and took it into Congo. So Chief Ndabagoye was the one who has been receiving some Burundians and integrating them into the Uvira territory, and then coming with that spirit of Hutu spirit, Hutu power from Burundi, where now they come and spread it into those tribes I told you, the Babembe, the Abafurero, and the Abarega. So Ndabagoye helped also send the FDD, the current political party which is in power. You remember those days in 1994, 95, they were welcomed in Uvira, and Ndabagoye was actually the man who was there to give a hand. Now, when the Tutsis of Rwanda were being harassed and being killed, and their properties taken, and their houses burned, their cattle eaten, you know, some of them had to go to Uganda, others had to go to Burundi. I think you know that history. Others went to Congo. So I want to mention this. People have to understand very well that those who went and settled into Rusizi plains. And when this chief Ndabagoye came into Uvira, after few months when he was there, he made sure that these Rwandans from Rusizi plains were again chased from there, and they came back to Rwanda. Others went to other countries like Uganda, Tanzania. is where the ideology actually originates from. But today, the ideology have escalated to another level because now there is that combination of those Burundians with the FDR, a very, very dangerous terrorist group, a genocidal group, which is also at hand with the Tshisekedi government and the government to continue killing these Banyamurenge. We have also seen that the propaganda have increased on social media and people have to be very careful. We have seen the Burundian government have hired what I can call mouth machines or social media machines, such as Mbayahaga Isdor, a self-proclaimed who has been there. And we have seen also from the past few days what has been happening in Uvira, where the government appoints an official to go and represent the government. That's what it means in that territory of Uvira, Major General Gasita, to go and work personnel deployed there as a commander in that region. But the Congolese, the Mai Mai, rejected him. The Wazalendos rejected him, saying that he's not a Congolese, he's a Banyamurenge, meaning that he's a Rwandese. They don't recognize him. Major General Olivier Gasita has been in Congolese army for so long, has been in operation in different. And I know that, by the way, I know that the Congolese government, they know the current problem they have, so they cannot send an enemy on the front line, especially to a place like Uvira, which is currently, a situation is very fragile. So they cannot send someone that they don't trust. But the Congolese, yesterday, the civilians had to run on the road, striking, saying that they want Olivier Gasita because he's not a Rwandese. And the Congolese had to immediately take him back to Kinshasa to bring another person, a replacement. I'm bringing in General Gasita to make sure that you people understand that the ideology and the nationalism is at another level in that area. The Burundian government has facilitated or allowed the government of Congo to be using Michael Ndadaye International Airport, which is located in the Burundian capital, Bujumbura, which is being used as a transit for military equipment to be used to kill this Banyamurenge, the guns, the machetes. They are coming from Belgium. The Belgian airplanes are landing there every second. The Burundian, the Congolese airplanes, fighter jets, helicopters are also landing there every second. The drones, which are actually being sent to Mirenge mountains to go and kill civilians, are also from the same area, and they are being flown, operated from Burundi. So you can understand the Burundian government are playing a vital role, a big role in the current war that is in that area of the Republic of Congo. Also, they are playing a big role in the killings of the Banyamurenge people because they are. For example, we had the killings last week in Minembwe, which were conducted by the FDR, a genocidal group, in collaboration with the Burundian forces and Wazalendo. They came from Burundi, more specifically in a place called Kibira, where they had to go to Minembwe to go and kill those innocent civilians, and came back to Burundi. Is trying to stop these killings. The Burundian government is actually authorizing and facilitating them to move out of the country, to commit atrocities, to kill human beings, to commit crimes against humanity, to commit genocide on the Congolese side, and they are coming back to Burundi. Now the question is that I would want to ask our followers on the US New Times. The question is, who is going to hold Burundi accountable for all these atrocities that they are causing in another country? Is it the United Nations? Is it the UN Security Council? Is it the East African Community? Is it the African Union? Is it the European Commission? So please, us and your ideas in our comments. I'll be very grateful to read your comments, to read your contribution, and we find a solution together, because the Congolese people, specifically the Banyamurenge, have been marginalized for so long now, for decades. Actually, they are more of being stateless people. They live without a country, which is not only being fair, but it's not also just when it comes to justice, because God created us all in His image so that we can live in harmony together. But the Banyamurenges are not living in harmony. When they go to bed, they think of Wazalendo. If they are not thinking of Wazalendo, they think of Mai Mai. If they are not thinking of Mai Mai, they are thinking of FDR. If they are not thinking of FDR, they are thinking of... If they are not thinking of FRDC, they are thinking of the Burundian forces. If they are not thinking of Burundian forces, they are thinking of the Tanzanians, they are thinking of the Belgians. So they have a lot of external enemies to fight and kill them. And the government of Kinshasa has decided to actually close their ears and not listen to the cries of these Banyamurenge people. Actually, instead of helping them, instead of President Tshisekedi trying to sit and stop these atrocities, actually him goes or comes back to support these atrocities, because he's the one giving the guns to Wazalendo. He's the one giving authority to Wazalendo to behave the way they are behaving. He's the one as they call them chief commander, or chief commander, the overall chief commander, CIC, chief in command of the Congolese armed forces. So he is the one giving them the collaborate with FDR. He's the one giving them authority to collaborate with Wazalendo. And we have seen what Wazalendo is doing. Honestly speaking, what Wazalendo is doing is very, very sad. We must also stand up and say no to the violence being committed against the Banyamurenge. We must stand up and say no to the killings and to the Banyamurenge people of Southern Kivu. I think that it's high time that the international community, it's high time that the United Nations, it's high time that the United States of America, the government of UK, government of France, all must come together and say no to the killings, to the victimization of the Banyamurenge people of Southern Kivu. Failing to say no on time might result into a serious genocide, the loss of lives which we cannot recover. So after that, if we cannot say no now, what are we going to do to recover the damage that is being caused by Wazalendo, the damage that is being caused by President Evariste Ndayishimiye, the damage that is being caused by the Kinshasa government, by Tshisekedi himself and his allies? Of damage, because these Banyamurenges are losing their properties, these Banyamurenges are losing their lives, they are losing their children every day. They cannot be stable in life and start their own life because they are not sure what will happen to them tomorrow. So we have to make sure that we stand up and help Banyamurenge. We protect them from the vouchers of Burundi, because the Burundian government, they have decided to be vouchers and start getting what these people have. They're getting their cattle on daily basis. They're getting their money on daily basis. They are getting their lives on daily basis. Burundi has deployed more than 12,000 contingents on the Congolese soldier alone. And most of them are specifically given the briefing to fight and kill the Banyamurenge. We have now the group formed by this Banyamurenge called Twirwaneho. Twirwaneho is a Kinyarwanda word, because these are Congolese who speak Kinyarwanda. Twirwaneho is like protect ourselves. So that group is also there to protect themselves, or also to protect the civilians who are also in a similar situation. But the government of Burundi have specifically the special force, a special battalion of 600 special well-trained Burundian soldiers to go and fight in Minembwe, to go and fight these Kwigo and Ho group, to go and fight this Banyamurenge. The Burundian government have also facilitated the migration of FDLR, a genocidal group from Congo, those who lost in the eastern Masisi. They have also allowed them to migrate into Burundi and settled into Kibira forest. And they are actually getting some of those to go and assist in the manslaughter of this Banyamurenge in Minembwe, because you know FDLR, they are very good at slaughtering, they are very good at killing human beings, they are very good at stealing. So actually they are the people behind the these people should be killed. The world is watching. The world must come together and stop these atrocities. It's high time that the world protected the Banyamurenge. I was your host, Habumuksha Innocent. I thank you all for following us. I remind you to subscribe on our channel so that you are able to get the latest news, the latest editions on time. I thank you so much for taking the time to watch the US New Times. Have a good time. Thank you.